Imagine finding the original blueprints of the Hindenburg, documents long thought destroyed. Could these rediscovered schematics finally reveal why the world's most famous airship met such a tragic end? Today, we're diving deep into these alleged lost blueprints, looking for untold secrets that could rewrite aviation history and our entire understanding of rigid airship engineering. And if you enjoy uncovering mysteries that blend history, technology, and unanswered questions, make sure to subscribe, because we explore the stories most people don't even know exist. For decades, rumors have circulated about missing Hindenburg documents, schematics that vanished during the chaos of war, corporate secrecy, and the rapid collapse of rigid airship travel. The Hindenburg wasn't just an airship, it was a symbol of engineering ambition. Hundreds of drawings, calculations, and internal notes were created for its design. But after the disaster, many of them disappeared into archives, private collections, or simply dust. Historians believed large sections were permanently lost, including structural sketches, gas cell diagrams, and handwritten annotations by the engineers themselves. The absence of these documents created fertile ground for speculation. What secrets were buried in those blueprints? Did they contain controversial design changes? Or perhaps warnings about structural risks? Those questions have haunted researchers for nearly a century. When a private European collector claimed to have rediscovered a long-lost set of original Hindenburg schematics, the aviation world suddenly woke up. According to early reports, these drawings were tucked away in a forgotten estate archive, preserved in tubes sealed since the 1930s. The announcement alone created a storm, not just because of the historical importance, but because of what these documents might reveal. If authentic, they could fill in critical gaps about how the Hindenburg was actually built, not just how it was supposed to be built. Authenticating these plans wasn't simple. A specialized team of historians, engineers, and forensic analysts inspected everything. The paper stock, which matched pre-war German industrial supply, the ink composition, which aligned with known Zeppelin company drafting formulas, and watermarks consistent with the manufacturer used for technical drawings at the time. Archival cross-referencing showed handwriting from known engineers, including subtle stylistic flourishes that matched surviving notes. The early verdict? The documents appear genuine, or at least, no evidence suggests they're forgeries. And with that confirmation, researchers finally turned their attention to what the drawings actually showed. From the very first images, one thing was clear. These weren't the sanitized, simplified diagrams often reproduced in books. These were dense, technical, and deeply detailed. One sheet showed the internal bracing of the Hindenburg's duralumin frame, revealing cross-support angles slightly different from what historians had reconstructed. Another detailed the gas cell arrangement, including reinforcement points and valve placements that were previously undocumented. Engine mount schematics suggested small, but meaningful structural tweaks made late in the design process, modifications that never appeared in public records. And scribbled in the margins were handwritten notes referencing experimental material coatings, something that has long been rumored but never definitively proven. This is where the rediscovered blueprints get truly interesting. For years, debates raged over whether the Hindenburg incorporated untested or experimental features. Some theorists believe its skin was coated with a highly flammable compound, contributing to the fire's rapid spread. Others argued the rigid frame had weak points that failed under stress. These new documents don't provide absolute answers, but they do shift the conversation. The material notes reference a fabric treatment designed to improve weather resistance and reduce weight, but the chemical descriptions raise eyebrows. Some experts argue the coating closely resembles aluminized cellulose, a substance known today to be highly combustible. If verified, that detail alone could reframe theories about how quickly the fire overtook the ship. The structural drawings are equally revealing. Reinforcement brackets in certain rings appear less robust than previously believed. Some bracing angles differ by just a few degrees from the widely accepted models. Small changes, but in a structure the size of a skyscraper laid on its side, small deviations can produce major stress concentrations. One late-stage modification note mentions weight redistribution near the tail section, something some historians long suspected but couldn't prove. Could that imbalance have played a role in how the fire spread or how the frame collapsed? These discoveries don't give us definitive answers, but they introduce new possibilities that challenge long-standing assumptions. Then, there's the lingering question. Do these blueprints tell us anything new about the ignition source? Nothing explicitly points to a single cause, but what they do provide is a more complete picture of the ship's electrical routing, grounding points, and gas cell venting paths. Some engineers analyzing the rediscovered documents argue that the electrical grounding system appears less robust than expected, a potential factor in static discharge scenarios. Combine that with the possibly flammable skin coating, and suddenly, older theories regain traction with fresh technical support. But beyond the disaster itself, these documents may influence the future. With airship technology seeing a gradual revival in 2025, especially for eco-friendly cargo transport, engineers could use these rediscovered insights to understand which historical design choices worked, which failed, and which risks must never be repeated. History isn't just a story, it's a blueprint. And sometimes, literally, the rediscovery of these Hindenburg schematics reminds us that even the most studied events can still surprise us. Technology evolves, archives open, documents reappear, and our understanding keeps shifting. Who knows what other forgotten designs, sealed letters, or lost engineering files are still waiting to be found, ready to reshape the stories we thought were already complete. If you'd like to see more deep-dive mysteries at the intersection of history and technology, don't forget to subscribe, drop a like, and share your thoughts below. Until next time, stay curious, because the past still has secrets left to uncover.